Good evening and welcome everybody. My name is Yukta and I am here to launch a very special book on behalf of Team Adhyyan Books, which is authored by Mr. N.R. Gopal. So the title of the book is Survivance in Indigenous American Literature. So before we start the event, I would like to get a quick confirmation from you all that am I audible and am I visible? A quick confirmation and we are ready to kickstart the session. Yes. So, yes, thank you. So, before I call the author, Mr. Gopal, I would like to give a quick introduction about him. So, Mr. Gopal is an associate professor in English and director of Center for Tribal Literature of America at Central University of Himachal Pradesh in Dharamshala. He has a massive 30 years of invaluable experience in the field of education, passionately sharing his knowledge and expertise with students in distinguished career. So without any further delay, I would like to call the man himself, Mr. N.R. Gopal. So welcome, Mr. Gopal.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you very much, Yukta ji.
So how are you, sir? How are you feeling?
Yes, Yukta ji, I'm feeling quite exuberant today. Thank you for asking. Yes, really, I'm feeling very happy. Uh, as far as the book, the response has been truly remarkable. The discussions and conversations it has sparked have been insightful and very thought provoking. It's been heartening to see how this book has resonated with others and how it has brought attention to the importance of preserving indigenous cultures and their unique literary traditions across the world. The discussions have been both enlightening and educational for me, and it's wonderful to witness the growing awareness of these crucial issues. Very few people know about the topic that I have written, but I'm really very happy to note that people are taking interest in issues like this too. So today, my feelings are a mix of enthusiasm and gratitude for positive response this book has garnered.
So that's great, sir. So I would love to know, you are a working professional, you're a professor, right? So when did you recognize this passion of writing within you?
Yeah, I came to recognize my passion very late, very late. In fact, when I was in job, then only I came to know about the fact that yes, I can also write something. And this happened as I delved into various subjects and engaged in academic sort of writing. And then I started to appreciate the power of words and their ability to convey complex ideas and emotions. Over time, I found that I enjoyed not only academic writing, but also expressing my thoughts and creativity through various forms of writing, such as essays, short stories, and poetry. So, this realization led me to pursue writing as more than just a hobby and eventually as a meaningful part of my life. So, hitherto, I've written many things on many subjects. Sometimes I've been putting myself into a translation also, uh, translating books from Hindi into English and from English into Hindi. This is how I got into this passion of writing.
That's great. So this book talks about the survivance in indigenous American literature. So what was the
Right.
reason of choosing this specific this particular topic for writing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, Yukta ji, writing a book on survivance in indigenous American literature was deeply personal and, of course, academic journey too. I was drawn to this topic by a profound sense of responsibility to shed light on the often overlooked narratives and rich cultural heritage of indigenous communities in Americas. When I say Americas, I mean to say that North America, Mesoamerica, and South America, of course, some of the countries of Caribbean countries as well. So all that comes into my preview, my this study. And the preservation of land, language, and cultural values within indigenous literature is not only vital but also an underrepresented topic. That's what I feel, and that's how I got into this. Throughout my research and engagement with indigenous literature, I felt a sort of growing passion for bringing these stories to wider audience, and I was moved by the resilience and strength of indigenous authors and their communities in the face of historical and contemporary challenges that they are facing. And writing this book became a way for me to contribute to the broader understanding of significance of indigenous voices and their literary expressions. In fact, I wanted to be part of the conversation that highlights the intricate relationships between land, language, and culture within indigenous communities, and to encourage a more inclusive and respectful recognition of their literary contributions, which very few are aware of this. So, my goal was to offer a platform for these stories and their critical importance in our shared cultural fabric. Yeah.
Yes, that's great. That's great. So, you're a working professional, you're guiding people, you're mentoring people. So, how did you, manage your time and how this book came into picture? Like, what was your schedule of writing?
Right, right. It's a very genuine question because I've been, struggling a lot because completing my book was indeed a significant undertaking that required a substantial amount of time and careful planning. If you don't have these, you fail, and you fail singularly. From inception to publication, the entire process took approximately 3 hours, maybe a little more than that. Balancing this project with my teaching and other academic and administrative responsibilities was challenging, but I felt that it was achievable due to effective time management and a supportive academic environment that I have here in the department. So during the process, I dedicated specific time blocks to research. Then I went on for writing and then editing, often working on the book during late evenings and weekends. Of course, I had to forego with my other chores like watching films and other things. Additionally, I had discussion with one vice chancellor who is very much into it, and he, in fact, motivated me and he inspired Professor Kuldeep Chand Agnihotri ji. He has been inspirational and instrumental in shaping me. So, because of him only, I could write this book. While it was undoubtedly demanding, the opportunity to contribute to the field of indigenous American literature and cultural studies made the effort well worth it. This is what I feel at this juncture when the book is published. And I'm grateful for the support and understanding I received from my academic community and, of course, to you people also.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. So I would love to know that what inspired you to, write this book. What inspired you actually?
Right. Right. See, the inspiration for the book, it stems from my fascination with indigenous American cultures. Having immersed myself in these stories, histories, and their rich oral and written traditions, I was captivated by the resilience of these indigenous peoples in preserving their land, language, and cultural values, despite centuries of adversity they faced. For example, the oral tradition of Navajo people, the clan, they are a tribe. They, lot of tribal people are there, different clan. So these Navajo people who primarily reside in the southwestern United States, or the enduring presence of the Lakota people in the Black Hills, have been a wellspring of inspiration.
Okay, that's great. So, could you just highlight, the theme and the message that you would like to, give through this book?
Yes, I hope readers will take away the message that indigenous American literature is a vital and often overlooked part of American culture. What we know as American culture is not the one that actually is. And the one which I have dealt here, it offers essential insights into the interconnected themes of land, language, and cultural values, and the enduring strength of indigenous cultures. Through this book, I am to convey the idea that indigenous Amerindian literature is not just an academic interest, but a rich compendium of stories that have influenced and continue to influence American culture.
Okay, that's great. So, I would like to know that how has your own experiences, helped you to shape up your writing style? So, how did you manage that?
Yeah, yeah. My own heritage and personal experiences have had a profound impact on my writing style and thematic exploration. They emphasize the importance of preserving and respecting indigenous perspectives. My life values and experiences, instilled in me a deep sense of responsibility to represent these voices authentically and with a cultural sensitivity. Yeah.
Okay. So this theme of the book is totally about the surveillance in indigenous American literature. So how did you
Right.
explore this theme? Like what inspired you to explore this theme?
Theme of survivance, you mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the inspiration to explore survivance in indigenous American literature, it came from a profound recognition of its paramount significance within these narratives. It's not merely about surviving. It's a term that embodies resilience, persistence, and resistance in the face of centuries of adversity. And as an author, I was deeply moved by the rich tapestry of indigenous literature, which so often goes underrepresented in mainstream discussions and literature. The enduring spirit of indigenous peoples, their stories, and their determination to preserve their land, language, and cultural values all fascinated me. And I could not resist. So I felt a strong compulsion to shine a light on these aspects of their literary traditions, and convey the idea that indigenous American literature is a repository of cultural treasures. One should go and look into that. And
That's really amazing.
yeah, and I hope that people will definitely look into.
Definitely, we will look forward for that, right? So now I would like to know, like, how do you define survivance and its significance, in relation to land, language, and cultural values?
Okay, Yukta ji, see, survivance is a term coined by Anishinaabe author. Anishinaabe is a tribal group. Gerald Visioner. So he was the first person to have coined this term, and it represents a profound concept. It goes beyond mere survival. We know that the word root is survival, but it goes beyond mere survival. In fact, if I have to explain it, I'll say that this word survivance, it encapsulates the idea of indigenous people thriving and resisting in the context of land, language, and cultural values, and then its significance, the persistence and adaptation of indigenous communities in the face of historical and contemporary challenges. Their challenges are not over. Even today, also, they are facing a lot of challenges. Even as they navigate these complexities of changing landscape and threats to their language and customs, even at times to themselves also, survivance is, in essence, the heartbeat of these indigenous American literature.
Okay, that's really interesting to hear. So now, can you just give me some of the examples from indigenous American literature that can actually illustrate the concept of survivance?
Yeah, Yukraji, there are many. Many, if I go on, it's a never ending story. It will go on and on and on. But, well, of course, since you have asked, certainly I'll give you some examples from indigenous American literature. It vividly illustrates the concept of survivance. To name one author, N. Scott Momade's, it's a Pulitzer Prize winning novel, A House Made of Dawn, is a remarkable portrayal of cultural renewal and transformation of Kiowa people. Kiowa is a tribe. So this work reflects the resilience and adaptability to the Kiowa community as they navigate the modern world while preserving their cultural values. Similarly, I am reminded of one more writer, Louis Erdrich. His novel "Love Medicine," uh, where offers a poignant look at the Anishinaabe community. It interweaves stories of love, family, and identity within the context of cultural continuity, illustrating how indigenous communities endure and flourish in their unique ways.
Okay, that's great. So while you were doing the research work of your book and about the specific content, so did you come across any challenge that these indigenous authors in face in navigating land, language, and cultural values? Did you come across any one of them?
Yeah, yeah, naturally. Without challenge, how can you do any research? So, in the course of my research, I encountered several common challenges faced by indigenous authors. These challenges often include gaining recognition and publication of their works. Indigenous voices have historically been marginalized, subjugated in the literary world. And many authors, even today, they grapple with invisibility and potential criticism from both from their own people also and from non-indigenous audiences. Balancing the preservation of cultural values and traditional storytelling with contemporary narratives can also be a complex challenge in my view. However, my research revealed that these authors navigate these challenges with a lot of grace, resilience, and on top of that, a commitment to representing their communities with authenticity and cultural sensitivity. That's one quality that I find with these authors.
Definitely, definitely. Thanks. Thank you for sharing that. So, I would, like to know that how does this book contribute to the existing discourse, which is surrounded by Indigenous American literature?
Well, my book makes a significant contribution to the discourse surrounding indigenous American literature by providing a comprehensive exploration of survivance within these narratives, and it consolidates the works of various authors, of course, indigenous authors, and their stories of resilience, highlighting how indigenous literature navigates the intricate terrain of land, language, and cultural values by shedding light on the enduring power of indigenous narratives. My book aims to raise awareness and appreciation for the richness of indigenous American literature, which has a profound impact on American culture and the literary world too.
That's great. So, while you were working on your book, right? So, did you come across some, unexpected findings or maybe interesting facts during your exploration of survivance in, Indigenous American literature?
Right, right, Yuktaji. Yes, yes. There were several surprising and unexpected findings during my exploration of survivance in indigenous American literature. One of the most striking discoveries was the remarkable diversity of survivance. It is not only, it doesn't define only one aspect of it, but remarkable diversity of survivance narratives, survivance narratives across different indigenous communities. So more than 800 languages are spoken, and there are as many as more than
I So I guess there's a bit of a network error. No worries. Mr. N.R. Gopal is going to be joining us shortly. So yes, till the time, I would love to know in the comment section how is the session going on. So yes, I would like to have a quick feedback. How's the session going on? Okay. So, if meanwhile Mr. Gopal is joining us, if somebody has any questions related to the discussion that we are having, please feel free to put that in the chat box. Yes, yes. Once he's back, we'll be glad to take those questions. Yes, yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah. So we were discussing about the findings, the surprising facts that you had during your exploration.
Yeah, was I not audible at that time? Yes, I was
No.
telling that this diversity, this diversity reflects the complexity and richness of indigenous American literature and demonstrates how each community's unique history and unique cultural heritage shape their narrative tradition. When you read those books, you get to know about them and about the literature that they have produced, and they want that the world also should know about that.
Okay, that's great. So, while you were on your, while you were on your research work, right? So, did you encounter any, text which actually, had a significant impact on your understanding of,
Right.
survivance?
Yeah. Indeed, certain indigenous authors and text had a profound impact on my understanding of survivance, how I define it within quote marks. For example, the works of Leslie Mormon Silko, especially her novel Ceremony, it beautifully illustrates the enduring significance of indigenous traditions in the context of Laguna Pueblo people. Then I have one more Sherman Alexie's stories, such as those found in The Lone Ranger and Tonto Fist Fighting in Heaven. It reflects contemporary indigenous life and the challenges faced by these communities. These authors' unique voices and storytelling abilities enriched my exploration and deepened my understanding of the word survivance. So through them, I could understand much.
That's really amazing. So, like, I wanted to know, like, how you envision, survivance resonating with the readers who do not have actually, the any knowledge about this indigenous American literature.
Yeah, it's very interesting question. In fact, I was worried because people are not acquainted with such topics, because these issues they hardly bother people, because they don't have any idea, because these subjects are not taught also. Somehow we have started here, in our university. Survivance is a concept that transcends cultural and geographical boundaries, making it accessible and relatable to readers who may not have proper knowledge of the indigenous American literature. It speaks to the universal themes of resilience, this one very important aspect, and then adaptation and cultural continuity, resonating with the human spirit's capacity to endure and thrive in the face of adversity. The stories and narratives of survivance are not exclusive. In fact, they carry a universal message of strength, perseverance, and the enduring power of the human spirit, making them relevant and inspiring to a broader audience, to a broad audience, so
That's
to say.
that's that's great. So, can you tell some of the implications, for the future research stemming from your book exploration for survivance?
Yeah, see, the exploration of survivance in indigenous American literature has vast implications for further research. Uh, you won't get much research done on this. So therefore, I time and again I say, even when I speak to my research scholars, I say that it has got vast implications for further research. Further studies can delve deeper into the regional and tribal variations of survivance, exploring how different indigenous communities interpret and express it. That's one thing. The role of survivance in present day, that is contemporary indigenous art, indigenous film and other media presents a rich area for further exploration, as does the examination of how survivance intersects with environmental and ecological themes. So the concept of survivance is dynamic and ever evolving, offering countless avenues for ongoing research and analysis.
That's great. So, what do you hope like your readers should take away from this, book in terms of understanding and appreciating this indigenous American literature?
I hope that readers will take away a deep understanding of the complexities of indigenous American literature and its themes of land, language, and cultural values by exploring the concept of survivance and the narratives of resilience and endurance within these communities. uh, I am for readers to gain a profound appreciation for the richness of indigenous literature. This is one thing. And ultimately, I want the readers to recognize the enduring power of indigenous voices in shaping our shared cultural landscape, and to live with a sense of respect, empathy, and a renewed commitment to celebrating the remarkable literary contributions of these people.
Okay, that's interesting. So now I would love to know what was the rewarding, part of this journey.
Yeah, most rewarding part, yes. The most rewarding part of writing this book was witnessing stories of survival, lots of stories of survival, adaptation, and cultural endurance. It come together to form a comprehensive narrative. It was a privilege to amplify the voices of indigenous authors and their contributions to American literature. An example of this is the exploration of Leslie Maumon Silko's work, and how they beautifully illustrate the interconnectedness of land, language, and culture within the context of the Laguna Pueblo people.
That's great. So you have been sharing so much, insights to the audience, and really glad to hear that. So, who, according to you, is the most apt audience for this book?
Uh, Yukta ji, if you ask me, generally, if I have to reply, the intended audience for my book is multifaceted and encompasses several groups. First and foremost, I aimed to reach scholars and students in the field of indigenous American literature, or those who are doing cultural studies, and then some of them are into post-col studies, that is post-colonial studies. So this book delves deeply into the complexities of indigenous storytelling, making it a valuable resource for those studying these subjects at an advanced level. And secondly, I wanted to create a resource. This book will definitely work as a resource that could be accessible to a broader academic audience, including undergrad students who are exploring indigenous literature and culture as part of their coursework. The book is written in a way that balances scholarly rigor with clarity and accessibility, making it a useful teaching tool. And also, I believe that this book can provide insights and perspectives to a wider readership, including individuals with a general interest in indigenous studies, those who are interested in cultural preservation and literature. It is my hope that the book can serve as a bridge for those outside the academic community to gain a deeper understanding of the challenges and triumphs faced by the indigenous communities. In short, the audience for my book encompasses scholars, students, and a more general readership interested in indigenous American literature, culture, and the critical issues it explores. It was important for me to make the book accessible and meaningful to a diverse range of individuals who are interested in this subject matter.
So, yes, people who are actually the apt audience. Now we will be putting the link in the chat box, the purchasing link.
Right.
So, the purchasing link is going to be right there in the chat box, right? So,
Thank
you can
you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that.
definitely, we want this book to reach to the right audience, and definitely, we are putting the link in the chat box so you can go and grab the books right now. And thank you for sharing such valuable insights with us, Mr. Gopal. So it's family is actually a biggest support for every individual. So during
Right.
your writing journey, how did your family supported you? I wanted to know that.
My family's reaction to my academic journey and the completion of my book, there are number of projects which I have undertaken. But if it comes to my family's reaction, has been one of unwavering support and encouragement. Initially, there were concerns about the demanding nature of the project and the potential impact on our family life. It's very important aspect. However, my family, particularly my spouse, Neela Rajgopal, she herself is an author and a very good wife. She played a crucial role in helping me balance the demands of writing and research with our family responsibilities, because we can't overlook that. So their support extended to managing household tasks, allowing me uninterrupted time for research and writing. Of course, my daughter too, Radhika, she's pursuing her BDS. She also was much concerned about the progress of my work, and my son as well. Emotionally, their encouragement and belief in the importance of the work I was doing was a tremendous motivator. They shared in the sense of accomplishment with every milestone achieved in the book's development. In essence, my family's understanding, flexibility, and constant encouragement were instrumental in my ability to complete this project successfully. I am deeply grateful for their support, which allowed me to pursue my academic passion and contribute to the field of Indigenous American literature and cultural studies. Yes.
That's really amazing. Glad to hear this. So yes, the link is right there in the chat box. The book is available in the physical version as well as the e-version. So definitely go and grab your copies now. So yes, Mr. Gopal, any future plans for your upcoming books? Are you coming with part two? Like, what are the future plans?
Yes, Yukta ji, as I mentioned that I've got a lot of projects in hand. I'm doing simultaneously working on three, four projects, and I do have future plans when it comes to writing something on indigenous literature. I do have future plans regarding upcoming books. I'm considering a collaborative effort with other scholars to create an anthology that showcases diverse perspectives on indigenous literature and its evolving role in today's society. This project aims to bring together various voices and insights to offer a comprehensive view of the field that I am dealing with. My goal is to continue contributing to the discourse surrounding indigenous literature and culture with an emphasis on promoting inclusivity and understanding. I am excited about these future endeavors and the opportunity to further explore the richness of indigenous storytelling and its significance in today's world. Yes.
That's great. That's great. Any last words that you would like to, address to the audience for today
Yes,
who have us?
I know. Yes, I know. I'm really very happy because a lot of my students too have joined here. For them also, as I conclude, I want to express my deep gratitude to all of you who have taken the time to engage with my work and this discussion. The study of indigenous American literature and culture is not just an academic pursuit. It's a means to honor the diverse narratives and wisdom of indigenous communities. I encourage you to explore, question, and embrace the insights and perspectives presented in my book and, of course, beyond. These stories are not only a reflection of the past, but a guiding light for a more inclusive and empathetic future. Thank you for your curiosity and your commitment to understanding and appreciating the incredible richness of indigenous cultures. I hope this journey continues to inspire your own explorations and conversations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gopal. Thank you for joining us today. We will be looking forward for many more sessions and definitely many more, upcoming book of yours. Thank you so much for being with
Yes.
us.
Thank you. Thank you and namaste to all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Yes. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody who have been associated with us through this entire event. Thank you for being such a great audience. So yes, we will be coming with further events, and we look forward to see you. Thank you so much for having. Thank you.